Maybe I'm crazy, but people think that Kobe Bean Bryant still plays basketball. They've not gotten the memo that he's retired. They didn't see the 60-point game.
He's doing a good job of reminding people that he used to play basketball, though.
Does he?
He's everywhere.
He's everywhere except playing basketball, which is what Lakers fans think he still does.
That's fair.
Let's get into it. Okay.
Maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm not, maybe I'm not.
Welcome to Maybe I'm Crazy podcast. That's Brandon. I'm Joy Taylor. This is a very, very special day. Cheers.
Yes, cheers.
Cheers to being 50 and fabulous.
50 and fabby.
Yum, smart water. Delish. High quality H2O. Just kidding, it's yak.
Go have a drink of water right now if you haven't today.
Yeah.
I'm just shouts out just
It's
for
important.
people
You're supposed to drink
live.
like a gallon.
Yeah.
Unless you're that person that walks around with the actual gallon of water, because those people are ridiculous.
I used to be that guy.
That's shame on you.
Best shape in my life ever.
I'm sure you were. You know why? Because you had to carry a giant thing of gallon of water around.
My baby.
Anyway, no, you never finished it anyway. I never believed that. It's our 50th episode.
Hey!
Which is crazy. Can you imagine being 50 years old?
Yes.
It's going to be soon.
It's
It's sooner than you think.
Oh yeah, for sure. I can't wait to be 50.
I can't wait to be 40.
Really? Why 40?
Yes, because women in their 40s, I'm told by women in their 40s,
Yes.
don't care. They don't give one single living bleep about what anyone thinks about what they look like, about what they do with their time. If they want to have champagne at 8 o'clock in the morning, that's what they're going to do. They just no longer care.
So you want to just have the age to match like how you already feel?
I'm like 97% there.
Okay, yeah,
but my
that's what I'm
age
saying.
prevents me. Like my immaturity still like what do they think of me? When that passes, it's a wrap for like it might be a wrap for planet Earth when I hit that.
It's that silver streak that you get that's like
Yeah, I've
F
got
it.
one gray hair
All of
and
it.
then I can't find it. So once
Yeah.
that gray hair continues to live, it's a wrap for everybody. Good
Beautiful.
luck. Good luck. I'm already terrible. Anyway, if this is your first time joining us on the Maybe I'm Crazy podcast, this is our 50th episode. So we kind of wanted to just reintroduce ourselves. That's Brandon Newman.
Hi, guys.
He played football in high school and then in college.
Yeah.
And I'm let me finish.
Youth League
Okay.
was my
Yes, it was very good. Great Throwback Thursday pictures.
Yes.
Anyway, I host The Herd with Colin Cowherd
Yes.
now. I was formerly on Undisputed with Shannon and Skip.
I remember that.
And we have a good time in here. We don't take ourselves too seriously unless we feel like being serious, in which case you have to deal with it. We do a culture report, Wit It or
Yes.
Quit It, and we talk a lot about food. And
Yes.
occasionally we have fun guests. Like today, we have Cuttino Mobley,
Beautiful.
which we're going to talk to in a little bit. Very well-dressed Cuttino Mobley. Great stories.
Just a well put together man.
Individual.
Yeah, just
Yes.
just
Very journeyed.
yes.
Yes. Anyway, we have lots to talk about today. Ben McAdoo loves to be in the loser power rankings. We have a culture report.
Yep.
We have Levy on giving my Steelers trouble. Very difficult situation there. But we'll get into all of that. But let's start with Cuttino Mobley right now. Cuttino Mobley, thanks so much for joining us on Maybe I'm Crazy podcast.
Hey.
It's a very special day for us because it's our 50th episode.
Really?
Yes,
Yes.
that's what this is for.
Yeah, they told me this was for me, but
No.
they said it was reflecting my age. I was like, wait, just take it
No,
down.
you are not 50.
Yeah, no.
When is your
Okay.
birthday?
September 1st.
Okay. All right. So you're coming up on 43.
4.
44.
Yeah.
Okay, and you play. Are you playing the Big Three
You playing Big 3, yeah.
for
yeah.
power?
Wrestling. It's like WWE.
It really is.
These guys-
have you
these-
seen, have you
these
seen
guys
any
are
of
crazy.
the Big Three games in person?
Not in person, no.
No. So I covered it last year. What's the biggest difference between last year and this year for you?
Age.
Well,
Those
I mean,
years
it's-
come quicker. huh?
Listen, let me tell you something. The guys, like, when you're younger, right, and you're doing all this physicality, it's physical, the physicality there, the whole thing. When you start getting tired and you're old, it's totally different than when you're young and you're tired, right? Like,
Can't come back as fast or what?
I mean, guys are putting their whole body on you, and it's like grown man strength now. It's like, it's wrestling. I'm telling you, it's like Hulk Hogan, Jimmy Superfly Snuka. It's like those type of things that's going on, and they don't want to do it. They don't mean to do these things. It's just that when you're older, it's like guys
Get
are
that
pulling hamstrings, literally. Tweaking MCLs and
I
literally
can't-
just getting water. It's
yeah,
crazy.
I can't, just getting water.
Just getting
I
water.
can't get involved in that stuff. I tore my ACL 6 years ago playing in like a women's soccer league.
Yeah.
I didn't play anything professionally, of course, but
Yeah.
not doing that again. It's not fun to injure yourself as a regular person.
No.
You know,
No,
like
it's
when
bad.
you're an athlete and you rehab,
You
it's
got
your
resources.
job. You have, yes, you do have resources. Like you can go to your job
Right.
and rehab. When
No,
you're a
big
regular
time.
person, you go to your job and then you also have to go and rehab.
Big time. Let me listen. Once you tweak something in our sport, like you said, the resources that we have, it's phenomenal. Right? If you're a regular person, I feel really bad for you.
Yes.
Man.
Right? Really bad.
But
Like, we know
also-
exactly what to do.
I played football at Notre Dame, and I would go around campus and I'd see people in like casts and crutches, and I'm like, what did you do?
Yeah.
Like, what did you do? Because like I'm fine right now.
Yeah,
I went to practice yesterday and the day before that.
Wait. So
You know
no.
what I'm saying?
So yesterday, my girlfriend and I, we went to Mr. Childs in Malibu, and the hostess there, she's a good friend of ours, and she had a boot on her left foot. And we're like, what happened to you? She's like, yeah, I was riding the bird. And my girlfriend, she's blonde. So she's like, the bird? What bird? What bird are you riding? I'm like, no, like the scooter bird, baby.
Yeah, the
Bird
scooter
scooter.
bird. Yeah, scooter
Those
bird.
are very hot in LA right now.
Oh.
They're basically like Uber for scooters.
Yeah, so she broke her foot and sprained her ankle really bad.
On the
On the bird.
Yeah, that's why I can't mess.
And I'm like, yo,
Some
listen,
people-
let me tell you something. I said, she's like, yeah, well, it's not the break so much as the sprained ankle. And I said, well, that's going to happen. That's going to hurt your whole life. Because you're
No
not
lie.
like an athlete. Like,
Yeah, you don't- you
strengthen
don't
up the
rehab-
muscles
you don't
around
rehab the
it.
leg.
It's like,
That's
you're
the
not going
same
to do those things.
The
Yeah,
other
shout out
leg
to your
is in
girlfriend, by the way.
danger.
She's beautiful. She's here with us.
Shut up. Hey.
All right. Well, speaking of that, LeBron James has been playing a very, very long time, 15 years. How impressed are you with his ability to not only not get injured, but play at the level he's playing?
Man.
On top of the, I don't know, let's
I
call it
respect
3
it.
years of playoffs that you add all those games together as well.
And I mean, it's like you said, if you calculate all of those years, I mean, he's literally playing 18, 19 years
Yeah.
straight. Straight. I mean, and what you have to do with your body, the older you get, you have to slim down more.
He looks more
He
slim.
has.
Yeah,
He
and,
has.
and as you know, right? Like as
Yeah.
you know, you get grown man strength. So you just have to you just have to the way you eat, right? The way you eat is a big, huge part of how you perform, how you look, how you feel. So I think with him and his wife and how his staff is and what he has around him, I mean, you're spending like $1 million+ a year just on nutrition and everything
Like
like that. So
1.5.
I mean, if anybody in this room can spend that just in nutrition alone, facials and things like that, and
I'm working on making
massages
that, and then
cryo,
we'll worry about
right?
that.
Different tax bracket.
But I mean,
ain't
look,
got time for that
if I think about that trade off, I'm going to take $1.5 million to make sure that my body's great, and I'm going to make $100 million off of that 1.5.
Oh, of
That's
course.
exactly what's happening per year for that man.
Yeah,
Think about
the
that.
investment is worth it. You have to invest in yourself.
That's
What's a better
ridiculous.
investment
Yeah,
than yourself?
This is
So what do you
asset.
think about him coming to LA?
I love it. I love it. Listen, I'm a huge LeBron James fan, just on and off the court. And
Great to hear.
LeBron,
We got him here, so.
yeah, you know
Yeah,
what
we
I'm
know
saying?
it was.
We prayed a lot.
We spoke
Yeah.
into existence.
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
We
you
spent a lot
talked
of
to
time
the
in the prayer
universe.
closet,
There you go.
sweating.
Oh
you
my
know,
gosh.
Yeah, yeah.
It was like it was important.
Speaking into existence,
Yes.
for sure.
You
Every
were
day.
sweating, huh? You
Yeah.
were sweating.
I mean, listen, you got to put in work when you're trying to make things happen.
We did it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We used our minds to get LeBron to
You know
LA.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, I listen. It's going to be so much fun watching him this year, and I'm just excited to see who else is going to come, you know, after this. You know, so that for me, just living in LA now, and you know, I want to see some good games. I want to see things like that, and having LeBron with Rondo and Crazy Lance and you know Lonzo. I mean, you got a lot of good characters out there. You know,
What do you
it's a TV
make
show.
of there's like this underground swell of Kobe fans that are against LeBron coming to LA?
Okay, so all right. So
Here we
my
go.
thing on that, right? Just think about this. Before Kobe was Kobe, his first year, 90 what, 6?
I mean,
90,
I gotta
90
go to the- I
around,
gotta go to the
around
wikis.
96,
I
whatever
gotta
it
go to
was.
the
It's not
wikis.
96.
Does it? Like,
Yeah.
you've been 20 years with someone won you 5 championships of those 20 years. You 25% winning when it comes to things. That's great. If you think about it, right? 5 years.
Yeah.
You won it out of 20. But that's all they know. Before him, it was Magic, all they knew.
Right.
Then it was Kareem. It was Jerry. So he's going to pass. Now, the only thing about those Kobe fans staying Kobe fans is that they're going to get 40, 50, 60 years old, right? And they'll always be Kobe fans. Just like Magic fans will always be Magic fans, right? It's just how the millennium and how these things just they transfer. LeBron, the only thing with that is when LeBron comes, he doesn't have 10 years or 5 years to 10 years
Right.
and 15 years for you to love him. He has to do it right now. And that's the pressure with him coming. He's going to win. But with him coming, Kobe had 20 years to get that love. Right? Like his first 5 years, they weren't talking about Kobe Bryant. They were talking about Shaquille O'Neal, they were talking about Magic Johnson, they were talking about the legends. You had to get to, you have to win me a couple of first, right? And it was like, you were Batman, as much as I love him, we're from the same city. I love that guy since we were younger. But you were Batman compared to you were Robin compared to, Shaquille O'Neal when Shaq leaves, you had to go, okay, I'm Batman now in 2009 and 10, and you're going to respect me. That's when that came about. But before that, no. That's not how it works.
I just would like to let everyone know that, Kobe is retired. He is in fact not playing.
Right.
So it is no longer Kobe's team.
Right.
Past 5 years,
He's writing stories. He's writing stories now.
Yeah, they're not taking Kobe's. This isn't Kobe's Lakers anymore.
No, I was hanging out with a young guy from LA last night, and 20-year-old, and he's talking about Kobe and not liking LeBron being here. And I said, he said he got them 5 rings though. He got the 5 rings. I was like, how many of those rings do you respect from Kobe? And he said 3.
Okay, but
that alone.
I mean, before Kobe was Magic. It's not like Kobe was the only singular superstar that the Lakers have ever seen. It doesn't even. I'm not going to rationalize what sports fans do. We love you guys. I mean, that's but it doesn't make any sense.
20 years old. Kobe played for how many years? I mean, the kid
what I'm saying.
Kobe.
But Cat is talking about.
Cat? It feels ungrateful. Okay, so I lived in Miami when LeBron came to Miami.
Yeah.
And it changes the entire landscape of the city. Even a city like Los Angeles, where there's nothing but superstars.
Right.
Okay, it changes everything.
Yeah.
It changes everything.
Yeah.
Like your whole world is different.
Right.
The amount of paparazzi out there are different. Staples Center is going to be different. And I'm gonna blaspheme, but on a different level than Kobe. It just is.
No, for a fact. Because LeBron does things Kobe never done before. And it's not in a knock on Kobe because, I love him. It's just LeBron brings something else. He brings that it when he's off the court.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's what street was that he was running on South Beach when he had the people behind? I don't care if it was a commercial or not.
Oh, yeah, I think it was Collins.
That's damn near some real stuff. People be following him and he's jogging and everything.
Place he tweeted about.
Yeah, I mean,
we
people were
was out
there
there.
forever.
Yeah, I went out there to report.
What was that,
I didn't
Blaze?
think
That was Blaze
Kobe
Pizza?
would be there.
LeBron.
Yeah.
Kobe, I'm mad if Kobe was there. Oh, that would be great if Kobe was there.
Amazing.
You think everybody would have them
Oh my
sign that
God,
LeBron stuff that they
What a
had?
turn move that would be by Kobe.
Man. But it's crazy to me though. You think that?
Think about Mike.
I'm thinking about him all the time. What's up?
No, think about what you just said. Think about that.
Yeah.
If you have LeBron James in a room,
Yeah.
on one side, and then you have Michael Jordan on the other side, who do you think those kids are going to run to?
Ooh, kids.
Right away.
Ooh.
Who they running to right away?
Michael Jordan gonna be over there with the meme face on, just like.
Yeah,
Just
they
crying,
running to.
looking at everybody run over there.
They're
Ain't
running to
nobody gonna go
LeBron James.
That kind of hurts me a little bit.
They're running to LeBron.
He's
It's just what it is.
It's right, but it hurts me a little bit.
It's what it is. Like Kim Kardashian. She was the it. Now the next it girl, she's coming up. When that next it girl comes up and she has 100 million people following her,
Yeah, I think it's her sister.
it's going to be Kim, right? It's going to be Kim.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, oh, put it that way. Oh, what's her name?
Kim's
Kylie?
already
What's her
watching.
name?
Yeah,
Kylie?
Kim's already watching.
Kylie
People
and
run
Kendall,
over to
they
Kylie
watch
instead of her.
them go to them instead of to her.
That's a good
That's
point.
just how it works. You got your 15 minutes. Tuck it in. It's all good.
15. Well, yeah. Also, the fact that you're
So
talking
aggressive.
about Kobe fandom dying out like racism is crazy to me.
Yeah.
Well, they'll get older, and things will change. People will like LeBron. It's like, it's LeBron James. I was in Ralph's the other day, and I just overheard this dude say to his coworker at Ralph's. He said, "I mean, he's the greatest player in the world, and he's a Laker now. What is there to be a problem? What's the problem?"
Yeah.
I mean,
And I was like, I just stopped. I was like, "Thank you, sir."
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
all. You
that's
got to
all I'm
applaud
saying.
that.
All right, so this year, I don't feel like they have a whole lot of pressure. It's going to be a show, and it's going to be interesting. I personally feel like they're going to get to the Western Conference Finals because I think people are not overrating the West, but it's not as serious as everyone is, and they're forgetting that it's LeBron James.
I agree.
They're forgetting what LeBron James has done and proven. But what kind of people are talking about, like Lonzo needs the ball. Everyone needs the ball, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what everyone says. Well, this is another great player. He needs the ball too. Like, how is that going to work with someone like Kuzma or Lonzo or Rondo playing around LeBron?
You have a lot of high IQs, one. And two is, truthfully, LeBron James doesn't need the ball unless he has to. He doesn't really need it unless he has to.
He likes
Lonzo
to
Ball grew up passing the ball.
Right.
He doesn't need the ball to be dominant. That's not true.
It's really his strongest attribute is his
It's
passing.
to pass the ball. And then Rondo is like, he's so cerebral. He's so like, he's a genius on the court. Like, forget his antics and what he does. He's super smart, right? So you have Lance Stevenson. He's a dog. He passes the ball. Yeah, he's flamboyant. He acts a little silly, but that's a New Yorker for you. It's something in the water over there. I don't even know what these guys. I'm from Philadelphia, so I grew up with them, right? So I mean, from Steph to Lance to my man Jamil Thomas, 530, like all of them, they're knuckleheads. They're crazy, right? Ron, they're like Lamar, like all of them. It's like in the water. I don't know what it is, right? Yeah. You know, you call them Meta, I call them Cassius. You know.
I was letting the kids know who you was talking about.
It depends on his mood.
Yeah. But no, I mean, it's just what it is. But those guys are dogs. You know what I'm saying? And I was telling that earlier today when I was speaking about the Lakers. Just like they're tough. They've literally inherited 3-4 tough guys to compete with Golden State. And I'm not saying score with them, but to bump them around, fight them, and not back down. I think that's a really good team.
Well, so Western Conference Finals, we're talking about that. Do you think they'll be there? Because after what happened with the Cavs and the upheaval and just changing the complete team halfway through the season, with those 1-year contracts, is that not a possibility? Is it possible that Rondo doesn't end the season with the Lakers, that Lance doesn't end the season with the Lakers?
No, I think coming here and being in LA and being with LeBron and seeing how LeBron takes care of himself, seeing how he's serious, seeing the things that he's doing, they're like, oh, you know what? Let's take this year and like be really serious. That's like let's listen to what he's saying. Because listen, LeBron was the leader during the Olympics. Also, like he was the catalyst. He's the anchor. You might have Dwayne or Kobe or Melo scoring the most, but LeBron is that guy. Like we all should understand that one, right? He's that guy.
But he does need pieces around him. So he has those pieces: Rondo, Lance, Kuzma, Lonzo, whatever was constructed right now. There's been a lot of talk about Kawhi Leonard obviously coming here. A sleeper situation because Kawhi might not end up in LA this year is Klay Thompson next year.
Yeah.
So if let's just say this team stays as it's currently constructed with no other big splash free agency signing.
I like that,
this year.
Joy. I like that.
Would you rather have Klay next to LeBron? All of those competition things aside, KD did it where it's all open now. Would you rather have someone like Kawhi or someone like Klay next to LeBron? Like, what's a better fit to you?
I like Klay.
I think Klay is incredibly underrated.
Listen, either one with LeBron James, it doesn't matter. Give him a pack of cools. I mean, he'll take him to the finals in 2007, right?
Yeah.
Some Virginia Slims. You know what I mean? He's doing it. He's smoking all of that.
They're so trendy.
Smoking all of that. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's just what it is.
American spirits.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? American spirits. You know, give me that. Give me some yak, and I'm okay. You know, he's going to make it happen.
Oh, man.
He's going to make it happen. That's just how LeBron is. I mean, he's phenomenal. Right?
Sure.
He's like, you ever seen that movie Weird Science?
I know the movie.
Okay, so Weird Science was, back in the 80s. I'm like dating myself, of course, right? So it's Weird Science back in the 80s. I was born in
87.
Yeah, there we go. So that's when it was in 85. So yeah, right, So
you saw it. It was on in the background.
So the guys in Weird Science, these teenagers, they created this woman, this like flawless, perfect woman on the computer. That's LeBron James. What else? What can he not do?
On the court, there's not. I mean, people criticize his defense, but I don't really feel like a lot of people. But
he's 15th year. He was up there in the beginning.
Cuttino Mobley's talking around something that is very important to hear some from Philadelphia say. Are you saying that LeBron James is a better basketball player than Kobe Bryant?
A better basketball player?
Yes.
Yeah. What? I mean.
Okay. Just making sure.
Listen, Kobe works hard as hell. Mm-hmm. Okay. You got to think about what God has given you. God gave you 6'8", 6'9", 250. Like can see, is poised.
No, I hear you.
Listen, since you do the stats, 2006 on, with what 2-something minutes to go in the game, Kobe's not even in the top 5 as far as closing. Right? It's Joe Johnson.
Okay.
Like I would never have thought that. No, I'm saying it's Joe Johnson. It's
He's talking
LeBron.
numbers.
It's like
Yes.
I'm talking about the numbers. And listen, Kobe's my favorite. When I played, Kobe's my favorite now. Kobe's my guy. I love him. But I'm just talking about statistically. We're talking about this. Sometimes people, and not talking about Kobe, because Kobe's one of the greatest ever. Right. I love him to death.
Right.
I'm talking about like when you build a person, you're building LeBron James. Right? Like I love Michael. I grew up with Michael.
Yeah.
I love Kobe. He's my favorite. Michael's my favorite. But when you're building a person, you build a LeBron James before you build
Yeah, because LeBron
Kobe
can
or
legitimately
Magic. I
play
mean,
any position on the court.
LeBron James is like Magic Johnson, but faster, like kind of things. These are like the things that
He
you
is,
look at.
LeBron is closer
quotes.
to Magic than he is to Michael. Kobe
The
to me
bars.
is closer to Michael, and LeBron doesn't get the comparison to Magic as much, but in almost every way,
Facet, that's
LeBron,
him.
except for I feel like Magic had a much smaller window of being polarizing, like as in having like a negative response to him. Like everybody just loves Magic.
Yeah.
You know, whereas people there is like a section of people that hate
Well,
on
because
LeBron.
and that has to do a lot with social media too, right?
Oh, cool, right.
Like
totally.
I mean,
Changes the
Magic
game.
had
It
the
probably-
parties and he did all this other stuff.
yeah,
Imagine
yeah.
if TMZ was outside those houses.
Oh
Right.
man.
Like what are we doing?
Speaking of
He'd be a
that,
bigger
perfect
star.
transition. Thank you for that, Kat. You had a very notorious LA after hours spot, right?
Yeah.
I have the soof on this. It was ahead of the game.
I don't know about this.
Okay, first
This
of
wasn't
all,
on Wiki.
tell us a little bit about that, and are you ever going to bring it back? Did I put you on the spot?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Well, yeah. Well, my partner Michael Sutton and I, that was our thing, right? We love to host people, NBA players, football players, baseball, actresses, whatever it was.
I've heard it was legendary.
Yeah. We had. I mean, Prince be there. I mean, you have.
What?
Tracy Ross, Evan Ross, anybody and anybody, Nia Long, you had Sinai Lathan, you had Gabrielle Union, like all of them would come to our spot. And what it was is it was a memberships only. And it was on the weekend. And we would we found a loophole where it was a private event and you can always come in it. And you had as much as you want to drink. You had SUVs taking you back home or whatever you wanted to do. And, it was just a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. It was music. And on Sundays, this was on a Saturday, and on Sundays we would rent out a mansion somewhere in Bel Air or Beverly Hills. And it was food and massages and music and pool, and it was just a lot of fun, a lot of different things, and we did that early on. This was like 2006, 7,
Yeah.
8.
You started a Black secret society?
Yeah.
And
Well,
everybody
membership
just
only
like,
party.
My partner's Jewish.
Like legit members.
My partner's Jewish.
Wait, but you also explaining what I've heard about like Drake parties. It's just like
Yeah, they got it from us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they got it from
okay,
us.
okay.
All right,
got
so
the
when we-
blueprint.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay, yes.
Oh, okay, sorry, yes. All right, so it's not coming back. Huh?
Party's over. I don't even like. I don't even like going to the party. Yeah. I don't even like parties.
All right, fine. Finally, before we let you go, you're known for being very well dressed. Who's the best dressed in the NBA right now? You guys really got that started. Now everybody's like way into the fashion. I mean, Russell Westbrook is my favorite player in the NBA right now, and so I'm just gonna give it to Russ as just a nod. But
That's
what do you
No,
think?
top five, definitely.
I love Russ. I love Russ. He definitely pushes the envelope. Listen.
That's what he does.
No,
though. There's an
listen,
envelope.
listen.
He's pushing it.
Listen, he can do it. He can do it.
Yeah.
I mean, Chris Paul, LeBron James, Dwayne Wade. To me, nobody touching them. They're classy guys. They're
Wait.
very
So you
classy.
prefer the more like sophisticated look?
I mean, look at me. I'm not. Listen, I ain't got time
You're
to
not
wear them
rocking the
jeans
LeBron
where it
versus
look like I got into a cat fight with a lion. I'm not. It's not. I mean, I can't rock that, right? I can't rock the shirts that look like.
Perfect. Thank you for the segue. He's great with segues. Was LeBron not wearing a full three-piece suit shorts? Did he not let he got in a fight with some kind of cat on the bottom half?
Yeah,
LeBron dresses like a rich 11-year-old. I just want to say it. I saw the Michelin shorts. I want to get off my chest. He looks
With
fancy.
the Lakers in the front.
Yes.
The Lakers is in the front.
Yes. He dressed like
I
a
like
rich
those
11-year-old.
shorts.
Yeah, I mean that's cool.
I like it too. I dress like a
It's
rich
cool, but
11-year-old.
it's not grown.
Yeah, no, it fits him. But see, I look at stuff like, oh yeah, for me, no, but that look good on him, like Russell. You know what I mean? Russell, you come in, you might be wrapped in like a mummy suit, and it's cool for you.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
So what you're saying is just like you just have to dress for whatever your swag
I
is.
see Russell Westbrook in a
Russell
mommy
Wilson
suit.
is not pulling off any
yeah,
mummy
he's
suit.
Yeah, I mean, but I just
pulling
like how
off, like,
Chris,
3 things.
LeBron, and
Sierra.
D Wade. D Wade is the best at it to me.
D Wade he's not afraid to wear the ankle.
Yeah, he pushes it. He pushes
He made it popular.
Can you pull off the ankles?
Me.
The ankle
the
pants?
capri?
The
The capri.
Well, I can do that. I do that. I think. I mean, if you ask those guys, I think they were like, "Yeah, Cat." I watched Cat. He used to dress like that because I was the weirdo in the beginning. I was in Italy. I was in Paris. I was in London. I was doing like while everybody else was probably in Miami and going to different places in the States. I was over there watching, fashion shows.
Right.
Now everybody does it because that's the cool thing to do. I'm doing that for so many years because that's just how I grew up.
Gotta follow old school.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for joining us. Appreciate it. It was
Thanks for
fun.
having me.
Hopefully we can have you in again sometime.
was fun.
And make
That
sure you
was
check
fun.
out Big 3
Appreciate you.
Friday on FS1.
11-year-old.
They will be in Miami. Yes, a rich 11-year-old.
A rich 11-year-old. That's crazy. How'd you get that one?
Thanks, guy. All right, what am I witting or quitting today? We really have to find a better way to tee that up. But
Yeah, the With It Quit It game.
With
With
it?
it or quit it. With it, quit it.
what?
With it.
We about to turn up in this bitch.
LeBron James is joining the Lakers, and Lakers fans are still confusing happiness with anger, or at least some members of the Kobe cult are. Multiple news outlets have put together enough Kobe stan quotes to force the narrative that LeBron as a Laker isn't a good thing. Joy, Kobe stans will never really appreciate Bron's greatness. With it or quit it.
Oh, I'm gonna quit that.
Really?
Yeah. Once the winning starts happening, and
2020?
next year when LeBron brings his championship to Los Angeles,
Whoa.
they're going to be all on board.
Next year.
Yeah,
Not next
year.
season.
Not next season.
Okay,
no.
yeah.
The
yes,
year
yes,
after
yes,
next,
yes,
I should say.
yes. Okay, yes.
So I'm gonna quit that. This whole thing with Kobe fans though, like I have a couple dramatic things to say to Kobe fans. So
It's great.
Clutch your pearls because it's coming. Kobe Bryant doesn't play for the Lakers anymore. He is in fact retired. He doesn't play basketball anymore
Yeah. But
at all.
neither is Michael Jordan, and we talk about him and LeBron all the time.
Okay, but nobody says it's Michael Jordan's Bulls either.
That's true.
At all.
Yeah, that is fair.
No one's like, oh, I don't like this new edition of Derrick Rose. Like, no, you
Right.
got an MVP, fraudulent, but he still got one.
Right.
It was a pretty fun little team. They get heat some pushback.
Right.
No
one was mad about
Favorite-
him
that
doing
was
well.
My favorite national narrative. Oh,
What?
Bulls, give the Heat their good pushback. All right, take this gentleman sweep and be on your way.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, the point is, Kobe fans have no idea that he doesn't play basketball anymore. It doesn't make any sense to me. Like, first of all, they start with defacing the mural, which, like, whatever. My own personal thoughts about, like, spray painting over art is that you're lame. Sorry. Like, you need to go do something else with your time. If you have the time, you're like, I think I'm going to go and spray paint over a mural. You're not focused on what you need to be focused on in life.
Right.
Like, that's just the harsh reality. Take it how you want it. More importantly, you've got the New York Times talking to Kobe fans, talking about LeBron is a diva. I'm not a fan of LeBron. He was a whiny baby. He seemed cocky? What? Like, listen, Kobe's an all-time great. He's amazing, but like, Kobe Bryant is a cocky man.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
like let's just call it
one
what
of his
it is.
superpowers.
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't get the nickname Black Mamba for being sweet.
No, he also gave himself that nickname.
Okay, it doesn't matter if he's allowed to give himself the nickname Black Mamba, and you know why he is? Because people call him that. When people call you it, you have successfully given yourself a nickname. All right.
Handsome Brandon is my new nickname. People call it to me. All the comments, Handsome Brandon.
Handsome
please.
Brandon.
Thank you so
I'm
much.
not going to call you that, okay? But if
Doesn't
people want
matter.
to call you that, then who knows? Maybe it will happen.
Yeah.
All right. You
Set the
speak
narrative.
things into existence.
Yeah.
Exactly. You create your own reality. Whatever you want to say. But the point is,
Black Mamba.
that's what Kobe is.
Yeah.
It's ungrateful. The bottom line is it's ungrateful out of Lakers fans. If you are a Lakers fan and you're next to a fellow Laker fan that's like, I don't know if I like LeBron here, just metaphorically, just give him a little smack across the face, backhand if you will.
Metaphorical slap across the face.
Yes, and let them know that they're being ungrateful, and that's it's a shame because I would love to have LeBron James back in Miami and have the Heat do some winning again. That would be great for me. But instead, he chose to come to the Los Angeles Lakers, where he should have gone, where we knew he was going to go. And you're talking about you don't want him here. Who did you want? Who did you want?
Who did you want? We asked the question for who did you want? Here, let me just bring it down. I'm sorry.
Is everything all right?
No, that's fine. I'm low key like malfunctioning, thinking of like how to put this into a sentence.
That was a glitch for sure.
Right.
You completely glitched out. Do you need some cookies?
I'm fine. I'm actually just I'm silenced by how irrational it is.
Oh, it is irrational.
That Laker fans are acting as if they're not excited to see LeBron James play in a Lakers uniform next year with whoever else is going to be on the team.
Exactly. You know what you're gonna do?
It's insane.
You're gonna sit there, you're gonna watch it, and you're gonna like it.
You're going to love it.
Exactly.
You're going to talk about Lakers are going to be on TV as much as the Cavs were last year.
So delusional.
Other than in LA.
It's so delusional that Kobe fans are like, they have this crazy loyalty, like they can't say LeBron is good or something, or it's going to
Kobe doesn't know your name. Kobe has no idea who you are.
So bizarre.
Doesn't care.
It's so bizarre. And I will say, there may be some small part of Kobe that likes this.
Oh, he loves it.
Or maybe a big part.
Oh,
but
he
it
loves
doesn't.
it. That's
But it's accomplishing nothing for you. Here's the thing. This is why it bothers me.
It's like you sit back and send your goons on somebody. It's like this. I ain't got to do nothing. Go ahead. Go get them, guys. Make LeBron feel slightly uncomfortable. Coming to the Lakers.
The bottom line is, though, you're just not a Lakers fan. You're a Kobe fan. That's what it is.
That's it.
And that's fine.
You may have started out as a Lakers fan and became a Kobe fan. Right.
You are completely entitled to root for whoever it is that you like, but stop calling yourself a Lakers fan because you're not a Lakers fan. You're a Kobe fan.
Yeah.
And Kobe doesn't play anymore. So you're really not even a basketball fan anymore because
that's a Jack Nicholson fan.
That time has passed.
Yeah.
It's no more. All right, what's next?
Okay, moving on to football. The Legion of Boom has become the Legion of Petty. Former Seahawks Richard Sherman said the organization has lost their way, and current Seahawk Earl Thomas essentially told the team, extend me or trade me via Instagram. Joy, the Seahawks as we know it. I'm sorry, I didn't read that correctly. Joy, the Seahawks as we know them are done. Wit it or quit it.
That was a dramatic reset. You could have just said it.
It was
them.
Yeah, it was pretty dramatic.
It's okay.
I was reading well, so I wanted to reset pretty strongly.
Yeah, I think they're done. By the way, I love that. So I'm with it.
Okay, yes.
I'm with it. Yes. I love that Instagram is the new passive aggressive way to like. Do people have agents? I'm just wondering, like, do you have an agent? Because I feel like you could just like beep, 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 tell the Seahawks I want traded, done, send. Because Instagram is the new passive aggressive way of getting a message out.
Right.
But like,
yes.
not.
Jimmy Butler taught us that recently.
Well, lots of people have done this.
Yes.
Pulled this like liking little things and such.
Yeah.
I think the Seahawks are done for like the next 10 years. I know they still have Russell. I know they still have Russell Wilson.
This isn't hot take Rita.
Okay, it is a hot take Rita, but here's why. Okay, first of all, I thought they were done. They're done as we remember them.
Right.
Okay, as the Legion of Boom, they're done.
Whatever it is.
Whatever that brand of Seahawks football was is gone because that brand of Seahawks football required those players that made that a thing.
Yeah.
And they're not there anymore.
These windows are short in football if you're not a dynasty.
Right.
Yeah.
And they had their opportunity. And that, unfortunately, like, they made the wrong call. It is what it is. Like they decided to not give the ball to Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah.
Pete Carroll, for whatever reason, thought it was a better idea to throw on the 1 yard line. Don't ask me. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't call plays in football, but I feel like bad idea. Turns out
pretty terrible one.
Was right. Bad idea. And now look, you can say, oh, Malcolm Butler doesn't jump that route and doesn't make that interception and we're having a completely different conversation. I don't think so. I actually think people would be like, wow, that was really incredibly risky. Holy shit, I can't believe that didn't get intercepted. That
Super Bowl alone and how it unfolded is the reason why the Patriots are in disarray right now with the way they benched Malcolm Butler last year.
That interception, that moment in time has changed the course for so many people. It changed the course of the NFL forever. Malcolm Butler's interception changed everything.
It has, because I've been living in this alternate reality just for fun every now and then, where Marshawn Lynch got the ball and got stuffed by, let's say, Michael Bennett for a loss for that play. That didn't happen. But it's like, you don't know what happens in football. To say, like, hand the ball off to Marshawn Lynch and have him just walk into the...
No.
we don't know that would have happened.
Skip says this all the time. Like, during the regular season, I forget what the statistic is, but, like, they ran the ball on the 1 yard, like, yard line in that spot, like, maybe 4 times, and Marshawn Lynch got in 1 time. I don't know what the exact stat is. He says it all the time. But to me, that doesn't matter. He's been running like that the entire game. You have to give it to him. Because here's the thing. I feel like you can live with a loss, even if it's a dramatic loss, if you go out doing what you do. When you go off script.
That is,
and it blows up in your face.
True.
You never let that go. That's why I feel like everything's going on with the Patriots right now because they took Malcolm Butler out, didn't play him. Bill Belichick decided not to play him, and then they lost. So there's this thing that you can like stick in you, and that's what happened. If Marshawn Lynch would have ran the ball and would have not gotten in, I feel like they could live with that. Like, okay, we did our best.
Yeah,
we gave it to the guy who got us here. We didn't do anything fancy. We just didn't get it done.
It wouldn't have dismantled the franchise.
Right. That you can live with.
Right.
But when it's something like that, it dismantled the franchise. And look, like Pete Carroll enabled everybody to have a voice, which I'm fine with, but I'm somewhere in between like old school traditionalist coach and understanding the culture and your players. Like you have to kind of be nudged right in the middle there. Like you have to enable your players to have personalities, and I don't think the NFL does that nearly enough. Like the NBA is crushing them in every way in that department. I think players should have personalities, but there's one thing to have a personality and be able to showcase who you are and then have a voice in the locker room. You can't have everybody have a voice in the locker room because when something like that happens, everything else unravels. And Pete Carroll wasn't the loudest voice. Everyone else can have a voice if you're still the loudest voice, and he wasn't. So what happens? You throw the ball on the 1 yard line, it gets intercepted, and then the rest is history. Like I don't know. I think they're done.
I mean, honestly, Pete Carroll is one of the youngest, or he's one of the oldest coaches in the NFL. I think he may be the oldest coach in the NFL. Maybe he's senile. Maybe he's been showing signs this entire time, and we've been ignoring him. He's been asking for help.
That's an unbelievable take.
He's been asking for help this whole time.
That's an unbelievable way to wrap up everything I just said.
Okay, thank you so much. I thought you did well said, so I thought I'd take a left turn. Okay, staying on running backs, moving on. Le'Veon Bell and the Steelers could not come to an agreement on a new contract, forcing the star running back to wear the franchise tag for the second year in a row. Le'Veon tweeted yesterday to all my Steelers fans, "My desire always has been to retire a Steelers." Joy, Le'Veon Bell will not retire a Steeler. Wit it or quit it.
I love your ability to call something like a Seahawks when it's not, when it's just like a Seahawk, like a former Seahawks.
Yeah.
Instead of Seahawk.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I work really hard on that.
Yeah. I'm being sarcastic because you do it
I am
backwards
not.
all the time. What was the question?
Le'Veon Bell, Joy. Le'Veon Bell will not retire a Steeler.
No, he will not. He will not retire a Steeler. I'm with it. Le'Veon's gone. Yeah. Look, I'm very torn about
They're
this.
not going to make something happen?
No, I don't. No, it's a wrap. I think he's gone after this year. First of all, his agent already said he's skipping training camp. He skipped training camp last year. The Steelers are doing this thing where they put out the details of the contract. I think it was $70 million. Like, oh, we offered him $70 million. Okay, but you didn't put out any actual details of the contract. Like football contracts aren't that simple.
Oh my gosh.
It's not basketball. It's not baseball. This isn't guaranteed money.
Extensive.
How much was guaranteed? Right. How much is he getting up front?
How
long?
He could have got 12 guaranteed.
Right, exactly.
We don't
like
know.
tell the full story. So
Right.
I'm out on the Steelers releasing that detail because they try and make it seem like he's being greedy.
Right.
Which get your money. I don't care who you are. You should get the most amount. If that's what you care about.
So if that's what you're valued at as well.
Right. Yeah. You should get what you're valued at, and you should get what you want. Like if you want to stay with a particular franchise or live in a particular city, then you may have to take. You might have to take a team-friendly deal. Like that's just what it is. You got to make sacrifices. You can't make everything work. It's a salary cap league, but. Don't hit me with this random number like, oh, we offered him $400 million, but $2 million was guaranteed and the rest is incentives. Like, what is the actual contract? Yeah. So I don't care about that. Like, I'm not even interested in what the Steelers have to say unless they want to be fully transparent with the contract. But I don't like him skipping training camp. I don't feel like it's a good look for him for other teams. But that doesn't matter for me. Like, if he's going to leave the Steelers,
Stars skip training camp all the time.
I'm cool with skipping preseason games. I don't even think if you're a star, you should play in preseason games. Like, get out there maybe for a little bit just to get your legs going. But I feel like training camp is important to for gelling. The Steelers have not proven anything. This group of Steelers, like, we forget this is not the Steelers. This is not Troy Polamalu's Steelers.
Yeah.
We think that this is like hard-nosed, tough, steel curtain Steelers. Like, no, that's the Steelers brand. This is a finesse. This is a finesse offensive team, and they don't have a big window. And the window is probably closed after this year because Le'Veon is likely going to leave, and he's the best, if not the second best running back in the league to me. Like, I know everyone loves Todd Gurley. Le'Veon's better to me. And I know everyone loves Ezekiel Elliott, but I think Le'Veon is a better receiving back than
he's been consistent
Ezekiel
with this trash every year. And he's one of those guys, I hear you about gelling, but I honestly think stars don't need to gel because when they come, they change the the entire team.
I
think if the team practices, they'll be fine.
I don't remember seeing them playing in the Super Bowl last year. So you didn't do everything right. So I mean, what are we playing for? Like
Michael Strahan.
Are you playing for shits and giggles, or are you playing for Super Bowl rings?
And Michael Strahan's last Super Bowl with the Giants before he retired, he skipped training camp, so it's fine. I think it'll be. I mean, they're not going to.
Okay, well, they didn't win the Super Bowl last year, so you didn't do everything right. Like everyone on the entire team did not do everything right. To me, if you did not win a Super Bowl,
you know they ran into.
Oh my God!
Do you know what they ran into?
Jaguars.
You don't know what they ran into?
Anyway, the point is, I don't know whose side I'm on because I want the Steelers to be great, but I also understand Le'Veon wanting his money. So right. I'm in a pickle with it. But as of right now, where I stand right now, don't release these meaningless numbers if you're the Steelers.
Okay, a staple.
Don't talk to me about the Jags.
Always Jags. Go Jags. A staple in Wit It or Quit It. Bryce Harper forced his way into our show by winning the home run derby in his home park in the most flashy-o fashions a white man can. That being said,
this is true.
The clips were fun to watch. Joy. Bryce Harper can make baseball great again. Wit it or quit it.
I'm gonna quit that because what are you talking about?
He led the show on the herd. Like it's Bryce Butler. He wore an American sleeve.
Okay,
he wants to make baseball great again.
Did you watch the herd? Did you watch the herd?
Yeah, I watched the herd.
You know why it led the herd today? Because it was Colin talking about how that's what baseball needs to be, and it's in fact not. It's the home run derby.
You got to explain more. How's that not what baseball needs?
It is what baseball needs, but baseball's not going to do that because baseball's got a bunch of dusty fans who are like, oh, tradition.
They're dying out, like Cuttino Mobley said, with
Laker
fans.
They're not, though. They haven't died yet, okay? They're still there. The baseball does this every single year. We do this with the All-Star. All-Star game. Baseball is the best All-Star game. Mm-hmm. The home run derby is the most fun to watch.
Great.
It's always flashy. Yeah. Bryce Harper has been this way his entire career. Yeah. And he's also like the bad boy of baseball. Woo, with his mohawk. Like, let him be him.
His hair.
Let all of them be them. That's why that was great. You know why it was great? Because he was out there with his bandana and his American flag arm thing, which, by the way, I know you guys are very, up on the flag. That's not how you're supposed to wear the flag. Just want to point it out there. I have no problem
with it. You can't even put it on the ground.
I have no problem with it because I'm not a psychopath, but, that sweaty arm juice on the American flag is not the thing. The point is the home run derby is amazing every single year, okay? Aaron Judge won it. Stan won it. Todd Frazier. Mm-hmm. It's great every single year. It's always a big personality. It's a home run derby. That's what people love. People love home runs. You know what I cared about baseball when I was a kid growing up? Yeah. Home runs. Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire was awesome. But you know what? Make steroids great again. That's what I think. Make steroids great
Honestly,
again.
Make steroids legal finally. Because I don't see a bad outcome from
Stop making
better
it so hard
games.
To cheat baseball. The point is,
let them cheat baseball.
We do this.
Get a greasy ball out there every now and then.
We do this every single year, and every single time anyone shows any kind of emotion, it's like, oh, this is unwritten rules of baseball. This is unwritten rule. And if you don't respect the tradition of the game, then you shouldn't be in it. Okay, so it's unwritten rules to this every single year. Baseball is awesome in the playoffs because you don't have 7,000 irrelevant games.
It is
you
great.
actually have to win a game.
Playoff baseball
okay?
is great.
It's great pitching, and everything matters. Yeah. And you know why the home run derby is awesome? Because there's a clock on it, and every single thing that happens matters. That's why. I'm not saying change baseball and put a clock on it. I'm just saying maybe if you allow the tiniest little bit of personality in it, then it might be interesting to younger kids. That's all I'm saying.
There's a lack of, let's be real. There's a lack of great plays in basketball in baseball. There's a lack of great plays in baseball. If there were more great plays that weren't, we used to always watch the top 10, and if it was a baseball highlight, we were like, oh, he hit it, oh, and he caught it, oh, he hit it, and no one caught it. Right. That's the extent of baseball highlights.
Because baseball has become a regional sport. That's what it is. If you love baseball, it's because you love the baseball team and you grew up watching. And that's fine. That's cool. I'm just saying, if you want it to be if you want it to overtake something like the NBA, which is never going to happen, you got let a little culture in. I'm just saying.
But
let the tiniest little drip, just add a little spice. All right, lose the raisins, add some spice. You might find out it's kind of nice.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying.
That's beautiful. Playoff baseball's on Fox. Watch on Fox.
Yes,
Great on
watch
Fox.
watch tonight. Tonight.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All-Star
Watch-
game.
Yes,
It's gonna be exciting.
it is.
It is gonna be exciting. It's now it's exciting, and then playoff baseball is exciting.
Fox is gonna make great baseball great again.
Foxes, I agree with that. Hear ye, hear ye.
Here we
T.O. is petty.
Mm.
And I won't back down.
T.O. is not going to the Hall of Fame ceremony on August 4th after the voters decided not to vote him in the first 2 times. This has been the talk everywhere. I will give credit, though. The Hall of Fame is also kind of being petty about it,
Right.
which I disagree with. But we'll start with T.O., who is a friend of the show. He's been on the podcast.
He is,
And we actually asked him about the Hall of Fame, and I told him he's a lock to cry, which I think he still is going to cry. At his Hall of Fame speech at his alma mater, the University of Tennessee, Chattanooga, he's doing his own special day. Where he's inviting all of his friends and supporters, which he's also allowed to do at the actual Hall of Fame as well. So here's what it comes down to for me. The Hall of Fame is not going to do anything. They're not going to introduce him during the ceremony, which I think is ridiculous. Like just say Terrell Owens, play his montage. Now the montage that they play when they introduce guys has whoever their presenter is like talking about their career. So for example, Jason had Jimmy Johnson introduce him, and
You were just there last year.
yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And Jimmy like talked about, drafting Jason and walked through his career,
Right.
and they play highlights over it. So you can still do that without T.O. being there. Obviously he doesn't have a presenter, but whatever. Like just put together a montage of T.O. It can be 45 seconds, and then that's it. That's it. Just so that you're covered.
He is going into the Hall of Fame this year.
Right.
Right.
So I don't to me. I guess they're worried about people booing. I don't really think people are going to boo because I don't think fans really care that much about T.O. not coming. Like I think if you have an opinion about it, you have an opinion about it. But it's more about the Hall of Famers that are there that are bothered by it. So I don't really think people are going to boo. Just play it, cover it, and then move on. So I don't like that the Hall of Fame is doing that. But it's not the Hall of Fame's choice to keep T.O. out of the Hall of Fame for 2 years. And here's what bothers me about it. This is what it comes down to for me. I get it. T.O. is an emotional guy, and he marches to the beat of his own drum, and that's fine. I'm cool with all of it. All right. I'm actually cool with him not even going. But you have to acknowledge that you are going to be perceived as being disrespectful to the other Hall of Famers that are getting in this year, because the story is not about Ray Lewis, it's not about Brian Urlacher, it's not about Randy Moss, it's about you.
Yeah.
Okay, because you're not going, which is selfish. Like no matter what like people are selfish. I'm selfish. I've been accused of being selfish.
Right.
Sometimes I'm selfish, but like you're being selfish. You are being selfish, and this is the one day. It's not really actually about you. Like the whole weekend ceremony is about the guys in the Hall of Famers and about them. That particular moment, that speech is not about you. It's about all the people that helped you get there. Like that's your moment to get up there and thank people. You're not even talking about you really. You're talking about everybody that like supported you, your coaches, your former teammates, your family, and like give them shine for having your back and getting you to where you are, which I know is important to T.O.
Yeah.
So to me, like you're robbing them of that moment. Not that it's about them, but it is something special that you are going to be able to tell the whole world, like how important your mom was to you, like and like something that people don't know. Like people don't know that my mom and Jason and my older sister were homeless. Like people don't know that. You know what I mean? That's a moment to say like this is what we came from to here.
Right.
You only see the greatness. You don't see the struggle.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I feel like that's something he's going to regret, not being able to put it on that stage. Because you can have this little speech, this little moment anytime you want.
Right.
This is the biggest. This is the biggest stage, the biggest moment.
That's the biggest moment in his career.
Right. This is what you played for.
In his
right?
life.
It is important. You came on undisputed in a fake Hall of Fame jacket. Remember?
He wore a fake Hall of Fame jacket. Oh no, I guess Chad Ochocinco did that with the Bengals, but still.
Regardless, the point is, it's obviously something that's very important to you. And what bothers me the most about it. And I know a lot of the Hall of Famers are really annoyed about it, which they have a right to be.
Yeah, for sure.
Like the ones who are already in. Yes. I think the guys who are getting in this year aren't going to say anything about it.
He's still alienating everyone.
He is, but my issue with it is once you're in the Hall of Fame, you're in the Hall of Fame.
Right.
Nobody's like, oh, this guy was a second ballot Hall of Famer. Or this guy's a 15 ballot Hall of Famer.
Nope.
No one cares. They just say Hall of Famer.
Yep.
It's only something that matters to you.
Yeah.
And look, I get
That's
it. Jason
temporary.
was first ballot, but he didn't expect to be first ballot. It
Right.
was a shock to all of us that he was the first ballot. And I'm grateful that he didn't have to go through that process. But I wouldn't have been like, oh my God, you're never getting in. He was always going to get in. It's just a matter of if he was going to have to wait or not wait. And he didn't have to wait.
Yeah.
But It's the writers that vote. Now, I think they should change the voting process. I think I'm always out on just media members being the ones who decide whether or not you get into anything. Because media members, like, we're obnoxious. All right, it's just the bottom line.
Yeah.
And we can't help it but make it about us. It's just the way it is. And and like, I'm a part of that, and I don't like it. I think that there should be a rotating cast of Hall of Famers, a certain like group and number in that room that have a vote every year, rotated out, so there's different guys, so there's no bias. No, like guys who are in the Hall of Fame should be allowed to vote on who gets in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, for sure.
That's just what it is. Like, you should have players in that room.
Right.
You got, and it's no diss to the men and women that are in there, but you can't help but be biased. It's human nature. So if you had a bad experience with somebody, you're going to let that weigh into whether you want them in or not. And T.O. just had that reputation with a lot of writers, and it's unfair to T.O. But guess what? Other people had to wait too. Shannon Sharp had to wait 3 years. Chris Carter had to wait 6 years. Are you a better receiver than those guys? Maybe you were, but they're still in the Hall of Fame, and so are you. So don't, like, it's a matter of preference, really. Like, yes, you have the numbers, and people can argue or whatever, like, but it doesn't matter. Like, you're not going to say to their face that you're better than them.
Yeah.
You're not, because they're Hall of Famers.
No, I've defended T.O. multiple times in his decision-making, and I talked to him about it when he was here. I've always looked up to him sticking to his guns and morally what he thinks is right and wrong. This point in time, and it's not because of how much I respect the Pro Football Hall of Fame, he's alienating and taking away from guys that deserve to be. Randy Moss, Ray Lewis, like this is a historic class going in, and he is making the story about him currently not being there, and that's my biggest problem with it.
Yeah, I think you should do whatever morally you think is right, but I have no feeling of morals in this. This isn't about morals. This is about hurt feelings, and that's the difference. If this was like, because if he's the only person that ever had to wait, okay, I feel you. Like, stand your ground. Right. But you're not. Many, many, many men have had to wait, and they're all still in the Hall of Fame. Mm-hmm. They all got the same bust you're going to get. They all got the same provisions and the same treatment and the same amount of time on stage as you're going to get. There is no special treatment because everyone is equal because you're in the Hall of Fame, which means you are in an incredibly elite class. It's an incredible honor, and it bothers me because to me it feels like you're dissing other greats because you are. Like, you're saying that you are so offended that you had to wait, that you are better than that institution because of that. He's also the only person going to the Hall of Fame who is trying to play one more year. I think that may be accurate. That sets him apart. He did tell us he was going to run a 4.3. He ran it. He did run it. He ran it 4.43. 4.43? Am I giving him? Am I taking a little hundredth of a second? He ran a 4.4. He ran a nice 4.4. Yeah, I'm trying to end it on a positive note. Yeah. All right, it's time for the lit list. It's lit. Okay, so you know how I feel about national days. Mostly they're pointless. Although I did participate in National Fry Day the other day just because I have very strong feelings about fries. I mean, I was at Chick-fil-A. Checked out. LeBron was not there. No? Chick-fil-A is so good, man. Yeah, you got it. Man, Chick-fil-A is good. Especially on a Saturday right before you can't get it. I don't believe like in a lot of their like political and social issue policies. Oh, yeah. And I'm very out on being closed on Sunday. Right. The hate is what makes the fries crispy though. So yeah, it's unfortunate because they are delicious. Yes. But McDonald's has the best fries. It's not even debatable. It's really everyone knows it. Anyway, so today is National Emoji Day. It's also National Tattoo Day. Really? Yeah. I should have came without a shirt. Without a shirt, yeah. Yes. I feel like that's appropriate workplace behavior. Oh, yeah, probably. I have 2 tattoos. I have one on my lower back, which is traditionally called a tramp stamp. But it's my mother's name, so I don't count it as a tramp stamp. I got it when I was 18, and I was very proud of it. And I mostly forget it's there because it's on my lower back, and you don't see that very often. Exactly. I also have one on my foot. Me and my younger sister got it at the same time. It's 3 stargazer lilies for 3 sisters. So those are my tattoos. Brandon has a bunch of random tattoos. I don't. I have water park tattoos, meaning you only see them if I was He has Newman across the top of his back. It's not. It's a football thing. Just in case his jersey gets lost. It's not as narcissistic as it seems. My high school team and Notre Dame, and I got that before I got to Notre Dame, and if it wasn't for that tattoo, I would have transferred easy. So it's good. It's good. I had it. All right, but anyway, it's also an World Emoji Day. Yes. And Apple is giving us some new emojis. They're finally rolling out some diversity. You know, it takes a little time. Like first we just had regular emojis, and we were like, hey, like everyone's not white. Maybe we could get some other colors, and then they like did that. And now they've got redheads and curly-haired people and even bald heads. Yes. So there's that. So shouts out to the gingers. They get your emoji. Yeah, my younger sister has red hair. I'm glad that we got it first. And then there's a cupcake, a moon cake. Because a moon cake. I don't know, but it sounds delicious. A kangaroo and a lobster. Needed a lobster. We did. We needed a lobster. There's some
we needed a kangaroo.
Some crying faces.
Yes.
No, kangaroo. I do like kangaroos. Kangaroos f- you up. You ever see a kangaroo fight?
Hell yeah.
Man, I ain't messing with no kangaroos. I'm out on the kangaroos, right?
They talking about going through the hood being dangerous.
Yes,
I'm not
no.
going to Australia and mess with no kangaroos.
I'm good
I don't
on
want
kangaroos.
no smoke with the kangaroos.
No, but they a kick. They got that tail
On
strong
the
as hell.
on it. Joy.
I can't. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go YouTube kangaroo fight,
Yes.
and you're welcome.
That's the first thing God messed up with, kangaroos.
Yeah, this should be
you doing?
nicer.
What you
They
doing
should be
with that?
nicer.
What is
They're
that?
so cute. Why are they so mean?
Punching people.
They're jacked too.
That's
with, like,
crazy. Thug ass kangos.
Right?
That's crazy.
Like straight out
That's why
the pen
Kango had
muscles,
used it as
okay?
a-
I can't do it. Anyway, and then there's like there's not a new poop emoji. Ashley's just waxing poetic on my notes.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's your favorite emoji? Move
Honestly, I have a bunch of favorite. I need people to stop culture appropriating emojis. Use the skin tone that guy gave you. If Chris Broussard used the lighter skin one, y'all can use the lighter one too.
You have to match. You have to match your tone.
You have to match your tone. Stop being out there using the dark skin emoji. Listen, I went down to the one shade darker. I was being realistic. Stop. Use the emoji that's meant for you.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I gotta say.
I use the heart a lot, and I use the
Why?
because it's easier than like saying like LOL or whatever. And I also use the clap hands a lot.
Clap hands. I use the prayer hands a lot.
Yeah.
Probably. too much.
Anyway, so shout out to emojis because
Yes.
that's a thing. Anyway, also on the lit list, LaVar, we love you, LaVar.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out Big Baller Brand, JBA. There was some murmurs that someone from Lonzo's camp leaked the news about his meniscus.
Mm-hmm.
LaVar would like you to know he doesn't have a camp; it's a family. And
My God.
he has, which is such an amazing
My idol.
It's an amazing response.
I ain't got a camp. I got a family.
Exactly. He's denied the
Never
leak,
lost.
and he has a very good defense though. He said, "I don't leak nothing. I always say what's on my mind, so you don't ever see me saying I think I should say this now and leak it. I don't do that." I mean, he's right.
So he told someone.
Someone else.
No leaks.
Someone else.
He just had a
could
conversation.
have been
said,
around and
yeah.
heard it and passed it along, but it didn't come from LaVar because I believe him. And finally, shout out on the lit list this week is cell phone cameras.
Finally.
I'm very against public shaming for a lot of reasons because I think it's despicable human behavior, except for if you're stupid racist, in which case
Right.
I don't care. So Coupon
Exactly.
Carl made his debut this week. It's
you,
very
Coupon
scary
Carl.
at CVS when someone brings in a coupon that may not be valid. It's
So
true-
many coupons
it's
at
truly,
CVS.
Truly 911 time.
This is
You
CVS
know what? While we're
receipt
talking about
with the
CVS,
coupons.
CVS, what is it with the killing of the trees? Have you been to CVS lately?
That's what I'm
Those
saying.
receipts are so motherfucking long.
It's a novel. It's a scroll. It's a scroll.
I can't leave there happy because I'm staring at the person ringing me up like, can I go?
Yeah.
Just rip it. I'm not using the thing.
I saw like a bunch of just paper
It's
in the
just
car.
paper in the
I was
thing.
like, Michelle, what is it? She's like, I
It's a
went to
receipt.
CVS. I went to CVS.
I bought a toothbrush.
Yeah, Tic Tacs
Anyway,
at CVS.
shout out cell phone cameras, Coupon Carl, Barbecue Becky,
Mm-hmm.
Permit Patty, all getting exposed. It's what you deserve. Stop calling the police on black people for no reason. Just so you know, police and black people, sometimes it doesn't go so well. All right, it's pretty well documented.
Right.
Stop calling the police about coupons.
Yes, we filming.
Also, I added to my list, even though this isn't really a person, Lemonade Linda, which is a great name.
Lemonade Linda.
I thought
She's gonna come.
the person, because I thought like the woman that called the police on the little girl who was selling water,
Right.
was Lemonade Linda.
Yeah, but still,
It's a better name than Permit Patty. Lemonade Linda's pretty good.
Lemonade Linda is elite. I think that's fair to say.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Hopefully that doesn't happen. We'd like to put an end to this ridiculousness.
Right.
All right.
Yes.
Just think about it. Just remember, someone's got a camera and you have a family.
And you have a family.
You do. For
That is
now,
what you're
until
supposed to
it goes up
remember.
and then it's
Right.
viral and then it's a
People
wrap for
cutting
you.
family up.
Yeah. And that weirdo guy at, where was it? Like the lawyer in New York. Remember that? You're
Oh,
on
yes.
welfare.
Yes, he's just
We're
chasing
working.
him.
We're working,
running.
dog.
Yes.
You're a lawyer. You should know this.
We on your screen, bud.
Anyway, all right. Loser
I
power
know what I
rankings.
said there.
Loser power rankings.
Loser power
rankings. These are the losers of the week. Oh my God.
What happened?
I don't even know where to start. I know they're in order, but I'm gonna start with Ben McAdoo.
It's fun to say. I don't even know where to start.
Because
It just makes you
they're
like.
all so very good.
There's a lot of things here.
They're also very good.
Yeah.
I actually like you to do the second one because you have strong.
Oh yeah,
thoughts
no,
on
I got
this.
yeah.
All right, that's
I'm
a
coming
tease
in.
for you.
Yeah, I'm
all
coming in
right, so
strong.
let's start with Ben McAdoo.
Yeah.
Poor Giants fans. I'm just going to take this moment to apologize to Giants fans for having to endure Ben McAdoo.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Now you know what it's like to be a Dolphins fan.
Honestly, it's OBJ's fault. So you thank OBJ for that.
We had Cam Cameron. Remember that year?
Yes.
So now you know how we feel. So anyway, let's recap McAdoo's failures in 2017, shall we? Let's start with his handling of Odell and his lack of ability to build any kind of rapport with his players. He talked about toughness, but ran one of the softest training camps you'll ever see. He talked about wanting players to be comfortable being uncomfortable, but refused to accept responsibility or make real adjustments when things failed. I'm literally reading everything my producer wrote for me. It's very good. So it's fine. This is from the mind of Ashley, our producer.
Yes.
Here's the biggest problem with what he did. Okay, well, all that stuff is true and mostly opinions from Ashley, but I agree with all of them, so it's fine. The biggest thing that he did that pissed me off was how badly he botched that situation with Eli Manning. It bothers me forever that he messed up his incredible streak of starts
Records
to
and
put
streaks.
in damn Geno Smith.
Yeah.
Your season is over. You're getting fired. What are you talking about? And don't hit me with they offered to allow him to start so he could keep it. I mean, that is so beneath the New York Giants. I don't know what happened in that situation with upper management and the ownership there that somebody didn't step in like, wait a minute. Like,
Wait a minute.
Eli Manning has brought 2 Super Bowls to this franchise. Yes, he's playing terrible while he has no receivers, okay, but still not playing great. Guess who's not better though? Geno Smith.
No one
you
else
know
on
how we
that
know
team.
that? Because the whole world knows that. And it's the end. What are you doing? Like, what? At the very least, start the rookie. What was his name?
There's
Davis Webb.
Davis Webb.
Webb.
Davis
Webb
Webb.
in there. At least I
call.
can sleep at night knowing that you are attempting
Right.
to try and get the rookie some reps. But you're
Yeah.
going to put Geno
Reps
Smith
under the
in.
belt.
The season is over.
Yeah.
It infuriates me, and he has no problem giving his opinions to everyone in the world that will listen. He's talked about the Eagles. He's talked about the Patriots. He's just got opinions on what everybody else is doing around here. Okay, so enough with Ben McAdoo. Thank you for your time. Bye bye. Please go away. And
Find some
finally, he told Peter King that he has thus far written a 209-page manifesto on things he
209.
has learned from being fired. Here's the thing. If you're comfortable telling people that you wrote a manifesto, you are a terrifying person.
Yes.
I'm just going to say
and
it.
have nothing to do.
Okay, well, we know he has nothing to do.
Yeah,
but there are other things you can do with your time besides writing a manifesto. And I'm
Right.
sorry to the poor reporter that has to read through that and pull quotes, because that's just
209.
I can't even
of Ben
imagine.
McAdoo.
209 pages manifesto.
I check my
That
reading
guy's
list.
got the duct tape on the windows right now.
If we started Maybe I'm Crazy book club, which I'm playing with, that might be on it.
I'm currently reading The Secret.
Yes, and I see you being more positive at all times.
You know, it's I'm working on it.
Yeah, it's good. Good
You
for
know,
you.
it's all about growth. It takes time.
Yeah. Okay. Enough of the positivity because we'll
All right.
talk about Putin real quick.
Okay.
I don't want to go too much into it because a lot of people say we should stick to sports on this podcast. You know, there's a lot of.
I don't care what those people say.
I know, but I'm being cognizant of it. So during the World
That's
Cup,
kind of you.
during the World Cup final, there's a lot of shots of Putin. Obviously, the World Cup, Fox, it was there. Our friends were there. The president of France.
They're back
during
now. We can talk bad about Russia.
Okay. Well, that's the point. I just want. Putin is a clown. I'm sorry. Putin behaved as a clown. He looked clownish. So, and during World Cup final, it was a great game. There's so many Africans on that French team, so I'm very happy for France getting that second star. But the president of France and the prime minister of Croatia were getting soaked during the trophy presentation while
only one.
Putin was
You-
just had
it's like
the
an
largest umbrella I
There's
have
an
seen.
umbrella shortage in Russia.
It's just so, and they're just getting drenched by everyone else, and they almost stopped the game from a weather delay. It was the first time it would ever have happened, and Putin's just out there. And honestly, that's a soft little blow to what I really want to say. It's been very weird having the World Cup in Russia with our political climate the way it is now. Shouts
Well,
out to
I think
Trump.
Donald Trump did a really good job tying a bow on all of it. Very quietly.
Oh yeah, that little
Yeah.
little tweet.
I mean, if there was any his tweet.
or tweet.
Oh no, there was a slightly bigger ordeal that happened. Maybe do you have the news where you live, or
right.
so something happened. It was pretty dramatic. Yeah.
Vladimir Putin gave him a
All
soccer
right.
ball.
So anyway, definitely on the loser power rankings this week. All right. Finally on loser power rankings.
Yes.
So, Humpty Doo Golf Club. That's not the name of the golf club.
Humpty Doo
Is this
Golf.
story from The Onion?
I fact checked this.
You fact checked it?
Fact checked it.
Please tell me that you fact checked this.
Yes, I went to
Humpty
actual
Doo-
Australian websites.
Humpty Doo Golf Club.
That's what it's
That
called.
sounds like a time.
All right. So Humpty
They're
Doo
wild
Golf
in
Club
Australia.
What do they do in the green?
hosted its, which is the only golf club I ever want to join now.
Right.
Hosted its first Wandering Bears Nude Golf Day. 30 golfers participated. And here are some quotes from the participants. There's plenty of sunblock, and the sausage sizzle got people going a bit. I don't know what that means. Everyone,
don't you know?
everyone is swinging when you play golf nude. That's clever. All right, I'm gonna say it. If you're a nudist, you're a weirdo.
Really?
Yes. Look, I
Gotta take my
don't,
jacket
I
off for
don't
this
really
next one.
believe in clothes. Like, I'm not a huge clothes person. Like, in the house, the pants have to come off pretty much immediately. Yeah. I wouldn't say I'm not a huge clothes person. I'm not a big pants person
Yeah.
or a
pants-
big shirt person.
Okay, well, those are the two main ones.
Okay, but you gotta keep the naughty bits covered because it's rude.
Right.
All right, like you can't have the things sitting on the couches where you invite people over.
Right.
All right, we have guests.
Right.
All right, so
That's
just
how Naked and Afraid.
yes,
Yeah.
Shell Naked and Afraid.
Yeah.
That show's weird.
It's really just called Naked and Hungry, but or it should be called Naked and Hungry. But yes, I don't have a problem with people playing like.
I mean, everybody do what you want to do, but have
Yeah.
you ever been to a nude beach?
No, not yet.
Okay, so there's what do you mean not yet?
This weekend we were at a friend's wedding in Chicago. Shouts out Brett and Molly for getting married. And
Congratulations.
Michelle revealed to her friends, she's like, when she's around her friends, she gets all comfortable and stuff. She's like,
Right.
yeah, I think I'd like to go to a nudist colony for our honeymoon. And I was like, bitch, what? Who are you? What you mean? She probably loved that mention on the podcast. But I'm calling her out. I'm keeping it to her. I was like, we going now. We are going 3 days at least.
There's so much.
72 hours.
There's so much.
Yeah, but anyway, so just the nudist is just
for
got
your
on my
honeymoon.
yeah,
Okay, maybe I didn't say it clearly.
yeah.
Nudists are weirdos. Okay, did I not articulate that properly?
No, of
I
course.
don't care. I'm judging you. All right.
I want to go anywhere. There's a
you-
story afterwards.
What was that? What was that movie with Jennifer Aniston? Where she-
Oh my gosh, that was a good movie. With Jason Bateman.
That's a good movie. I
Yeah,
feel like that was a
Jordan
good
Peele
movie.
was in the film.
It was a watchable flick. Okay, I'm
it
not gonna go
was
with a good
Wanderlust.
movie. Wanderlust, yes.
Yes.
Watch that movie and then rethink everything because that's what it's really like. Okay, so there's
Yeah.
a nude beach. Miami is topless beach. Miami is topless beaches, so you can go to the beach and if you choose to not wear a top, that's fine.
Really?
How do you not know this?
They do it on the main street because there's like two different parts of the beach. It's like right, there's different beaches.
On the beach, on the sand,
Yes.
you do not have to wear a top if you don't want to.
On the sand.
Yeah,
Copy that.
you can't
Okay.
walk around the city without a top.
Right.
Okay,
I mean,
it's not Sodom and Gomorrah, but
right.
the
New York you can.
the beach itself, you do not have to wear a top. Okay, but there is a
Great
beach.
reference.
There's a
Sorry.
beach on I believe it's on Sundays
Mm-hmm.
in Miami where it's a straight up nude beach. So me and my girlfriends went once, not knowing that it was a nude beach. We're like, this is the closest beach like east to where we are. Let's just go to
Y'all
all
was
over
surprised
beach.
by that information.
Listen, you're not listening to me, okay?
I'm trying.
People who go to nude beaches are not normal people, okay? So you're going to the, I don't care. Like you go,
They like beaches.
We walk through. Okay, so that's normal. All right. So we walk through the bushes,
Yeah.
okay,
Yes. Yes.
and we come through and. And it's just like,
Oh man.
it's just right there. Like there's this
The bushes.
woman, the
the
bushes
bushes.
are right there.
Yeah,
Yes,
through the
this
bushes.
woman
There were the
greets
bushes.
us in her sandals only, which were filthy. Okay.
They got greeters at the nude beach?
No, like she just happened to be walking around in the area. Like she's the first person that we saw.
Yeah.
Okay, with
Yeah.
her body. All right. And she's just there, and like she's just walking around. There's like an extremely old man in nothing but his sneakers and high socks, incredibly uncomfortable.
With nothing else, with sneakers and hot snacks.
Yes, nothing
Were
else.
they- were the
He might have
shoes
been wearing
tied?
a watch. Yes.
Oh my God,
He
he
didn't
just
want to
really
He didn't want
wanted
his
to be
feet to be
naked.
hot. Yeah, it's so disturbing. I cannot get into the details of what my eyes saw. It can't be erased.
You don't
all
like
right?
it though?
No, it's incredibly uncomfortable. There's a family there with a child. It
Did
is.
the baby have clothes?
It wasn't a baby. It was like a 14-year-old boy.
Oh wow!
So
Really, some weird people at
listen,
these new beaches.
you're not listening to me.
14-year-old young boy,
Okay,
just
it
laying
is
on
so
mom
weird.
at the
All right,
beach.
and we had committed to going to the beach that day, so we're just going to sit here and we're going to mind our own business
Good for you.
and try to not be bothered by all of the weirdness around you. And it is just impossible. Okay, if you want to tan your buns, just find a friend's house that is private, or
Tan
just
your
go to a
buns.
tanning bed,
Or
okay?
wieners.
or whatever you have.
Just
okay,
in the-
but just
the
keep-
hot dog.
Right. If you want to
Hot
tan
dog
the wiener
references.
buns, whatever
Right,
you're
yeah,
talking
yeah,
about.
yeah.
Okay. The point
Wiener
is,
bun, whatever
I
you want
highly
tanned.
recommend you guys don't go to a nudist colony. Okay, and just for the
She
record,
had some wine at
just
that
for
point
the
in
record,
time.
I'm sure she did. Okay, and it's a bad idea. all right, I'm just gonna let you know. I haven't been to a nudist colony. I've been to a nude beach, and I've had more than enough. Okay,
Okay.
more than I can handle.
Yes.
And I'm just gonna tell you, if you do that, you're probably not coming back to us. I'm just gonna say it. And I don't work for TSA, so I'm not coming to save you.
Oh man,
That's
I will drink no Kool-Aid there.
that is a setup.
Oh man. Oh yeah. She was trying to set me up, girl. We're getting there.
Does she really want to go there?
She said it. I was surprised.
You got a wild one. All right, what's in the culture report this week?
I don't know what that was.
know why you're doing that stuff.
I am so sorry. I need to get ready.
All right.
Okay.
What's
sorry.
in the culture report this week?
Okay. So we saw Kylie Jenner and Travis Scott are on the front cover of GQ.
They are.
The biggest problem with this whole entity is the I'm sorry. Kylie Jenner and Travis Scott.
Did you
front
did you
cover
eat lunch
GQ?
today? What's going on with you?
She's a billionaire. Listen. This is what happened. So listen,
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you right now. They're on the front cover of GQ, right? The first little paragraph about the article bothers me.
You read it?
I read the first little thing.
Oh,
I'm
no.
gonna
You look
say it
at the-
right
you
now.
look at the pictures.
I'm gonna
okay?
say it right now. You ready? She's a billionaire business mogul. She's a billionaire business mogul. Lies. He's the most electric rapper in the game.
Woo!
Lies. How did they come together? How did they make it work? Can they survive the Kardashian curse?
I did.
Mark Anthony Green sits down with the world's most powerful power couple. What is going on here?
I had so many plans to defend this situation, and it's been taken away from me. All my power has been zapped.
This is the first paragraph leading into the article. I'm not reading this trash.
Okay.
All those things are lies. She is literally worth. I looked up. She's worth $900 million. That's a lot of money.
It's not a billion though.
It's not $1 billion. He is not the most electrifying rapper in.
No,
any,
you don't have to review everything that was just said. Everything's understood.
The power couple.
You don't need to break any of that down.
Oh yeah, I'm good. We're all good.
All of us understand that.
Okay, that is fucking nuts.
No.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
cool.
No, you
All
do
right.
not need to explain any of that. All of that is insane. I did read the clip because someone was kind enough to clip it off on Twitter, just that part.
Yes.
So it was easy for me.
Yes.
About the Kardashian curse. I find it interesting
Right.
that they asked her about that because
Right.
that's kind of a bold thing. Like, hey, so you guys kill off people, huh? And
Yes.
she basically admitted, like, yeah, like if you can't hang, like people think they can hang and they can't hang. And I gotta tell you, like, I can feel her on that.
Oh yeah.
Like everybody ain't built for that life.
But also no, because that life that they created is like no other life that
Sure,
exists.
okay, but you're not who's the person that's like, Kylie, you seem like such a wonderful young lady. Let's go on a date. Wait, what's your last name? Jenner. Oh, Kylie Jenner. What a lovely name. What do you guys do? How's your family? Everyone knows what the they're signing up for.
Right,
Like,
right,
you
right.
know your life is, this is what your life is going to be.
Yes.
Now, you may get in and be like, wow, I thought I could handle it and I can't handle it. But that's not a curse. That's just you putting unrealistic expectations on a ridiculous situation.
Yes.
Like, that is what it is. You can't blame the Kardashians for that.
No.
There's nothing secret about the Kardashians, so don't tell me you didn't know what you were signing up for. I don't have any sympathy for that.
I mean, Jordan Clarkson actually hit the Kardashian curse with Kylie. Let's not forget they were dating last year, and he got traded. Jordan Clarkson. I'm just saying there's a
I feel like there were some other factors in
there's
Jordan
a
Clarkson not
slew of
playing
people out
particularly
there, but Travis Scott got popular. Let me just say this: Travis Scott got popular enough using Kid Cudi's sound to impregnate one of the most famous Kardashian Jenner right now. Like, let the man have his thing. He had in a verse in a Nav song that just came out. He said, "I'm not effing anyone else unless they're nameless. The last two were too famous." talking about Rihanna and Kylie. I'm surprised that they're even like I thought they were co-parenting. I don't know what the is going
I
on
don't know
right
what's
now.
going on either. I thought the shoot was nice though. I thought it was much more classy.
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought it was much more
A
classy
professional shoot is nice.
than her shoot with Tyga. That made me uncomfortable.
Tyga.
That shoot made me
Tyga.
uncomfortable.
Tyga.
Do you remember that? Oh my god.
Tyga.
Do you remember that?
That little child. Tyga was with that little baby.
Oh,
In the pictures?
it's so awful. It's so bad. All of it is awful.
Statutory.
I will say though, I'm like, you gotta give her credit. She is the absolute master at turning cultural appropriation into actual dollars. Because the lip fillers are gone now. We got that 900 million. We don't.
She got the
we
money
don't
and then
really need
dipped
them.
out of the gloss.
Yeah.
I mean, she's still in the gloss game, but she ain't got the lips like that no more.
Can we call out the fat Jew though?
Why?
Fat Jew.
He started a GoFundMe to get her that remaining 100 million.
Oh yeah, that's kind of funny.
Oh.
Yeah. Except for it's fun. It's
Jew.
funny. Except for people will actually give money to that, which is frustrating.
143 people have donated.
Yeah. They should be made public.
Listen, I like the Kardashians, and I like what they. I'm not a fan of the whole thing, but I respect what's going on. This is just blasphemy. You don't make lies. Drake just put out an album. When did they write this?
Did
they write this?
It's lies. You don't have to break it down. It's lies.
When Rodeo came out, or when like Birds in the Trap Sing the Night, like
let's move on.
okay, Quavo and Conor McGregor were hanging out in Ireland.
That's fine.
I have no idea why they were there. They were sparring together.
Well,
And
it's the Migos Culture Report.
yeah, I'm happy the Migos finally got back in the Culture Report.
Yeah, that's important that we put them in there every once in a while.
Yeah. And Chance the Rapper said he's putting out an album today or this week. He's not. He's performing at the Special Olympics in Chicago. It's the 50th year anniversary.
Oh,
Shouts out to Maybe I'm Crazy.
Shout out to 50th anniversary.
Shout out to 50th year anniversaries. It's going to be a big deal. Great, beautiful stuff. Chance, I'm basically out on album release dates. Do what Beyonce does. I want it to just surprisingly be on my phone.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And then hear an article.
Except for that
about
time. You remember that time that Apple put the U2 album accidentally on your phone? It's still on my phone.
Joy?
I have no idea how to get rid of it.
Joy?
What?
That was fucking crazy.
It was so rude.
I was like, YouTube?
It was so rude.
Like, I respect the hits. I like
there
Bono.
actually-
I
there's
love
a couple-
all the things that
there's a couple
YouTube does.
listenable songs on there.
YouTube does. Get out of my phone.
I agree. It was very invasive.
What a Time to Be Alive is out right now. That was during that time period.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, everyone, for joining us for our 50th episode. We want to thank everyone who's supported the Maybe I'm Crazy podcast. Shout out to everybody who works on the Maybe I'm Crazy podcast. There's a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff that goes on that makes everything go smoothly and look nice. And we appreciate that. Thanks for joining me every week and making weird sounds.
Oh, of course. Thank you so much.
And then sometimes
Joy.
contributing with something of value.
Yes.
I'm just joking.
No, and also thank you for letting me sit next to you and be dumb.
No, that's all very mean. I'm joking. You're a wonderful part of the Maybe I'm Crazy podcast. Thank you, everyone who supports, and make sure that you continue to do that. I don't know why we're holding these up here like this.
I don't know. You
just
started doing it. It felt
feels
right.
like the thing to do. Because it's fire.
You're elevated.
Yeah, exactly. And it's donuts, and I'm starving, so I may eat this actually afterwards.
Yeah, yours looks
make sure you
better than
subscribe and download the podcast and share with your friends. Thank you to Cuttino Mobley for joining us.
Yes.
He is not actually 50 years old, so
No.
that is not true.
Yes.
And check out Big 3 Friday on FS1, and the All-Star game tonight on Fox.
Yes.
I'm getting all the little plugs in here. Follow us at Maybe I'm Crazy Pod.
Please do.
Subscribe, do all those nice things, leave comments. That
Are we
Brandon will
cheersing?
spend time reading. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we're gonna cheers to donuts. All right, should we blow these out? Like, it's our 50th birthday.
Do you? Oh, make a wish, Jeremy. We didn't make a wish.
Maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm not.